Hey, what's up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Meyson. I just put out my Retouching Essentials pack. Now if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I'll put a link in the description below and put a link up here in the card so you guys can just click and go check it out. So today's video is just it's like a live retouching video. Unfortunately I can't stream because the network here is terrible, so it's just like a live retouching video using my Retouching Essentials pack. So that's just exactly what we're doing. Big shout out to everybody that has gone out to purchase it. You guys are supporting the channel and supporting me, and I really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. So let's just get into retouching this portrait using the Essentials pack. So the first thing I'll do, if you download it, you guys are going to have like a lot of actions. So you have the basic frequency separation action all the way down to the soft skin, reduce texture. So let's start with the basic frequency separation action because that's what I'll do here. I'll just run it. 14 is typically like a fine mark for me, and just click OK. If you can't hear any noise, sorry about that. So what I'm going to do right now is just pick my clone stamp tool, make sure I am set to current layer and my flow is 100, my opacity is 100, and just come to my high layer. So yeah, so now that I'm on my high layer, make sure that my sample is current layer. I'm just going to hold option alternate on Mac and just take out most of the blemishes. So that's what I typically use this layer for, just remove blemishes. Now there are different ways to go about it, but you know, this just works fine for me. Make sure you go with the small sized brush or small type clone stamp. Now this video is going to be a little bit long, so I'm probably going to break this into two parts. I'll put this one out today and probably put the other one out tomorrow. So I'm just going to clone stamp through this. Now, like I always say with most videos I put on YouTube, normally I'll take more time with what I'm doing, but just so I can save time on YouTube, I am not going to be taking my time with this. So I might just go ahead and fast forward this part since you guys already know that I'm just using the clone stamp tool here. Okay guys, so let's see how before and after. So this is before and this after. Before, after. You guys can see we've removed a lot of the blemishes. Before, after. Okay, so that looks good now. And the next thing we are going to do, and what I typically do, is just merge this layer together, Command E, because if I have any other blemishes that I want to remove, I'll definitely remove them later. But instead of keeping my frequency separation layer on, I just leave it, probably just rename it blemishes, so I can remember that's what I did there. So the next thing I'm going to do now is come back to my actions panel, and I am going to run the complete dodge and burn action. So this is the complete dodge and burn action. I want everything that's in dodge and burn, global sorry, I want everything dodge and burn, the global dodge and burn, the micro dodge and burn, the dodge, the burn, and the invert check layer. I want everything once. I don't want to do everything one after the other. And now that I have done this, you guys can see that my invert check layer is on. And what the invert check layer does is that it just removes color and inverts the black and white. So the dark parts of your image become bright or white on the screen, and the white part of your image become dark. And if you know anything about micro dodge and burn, or if you don't know about micro dodge and burn, let me just explain. It is just adding and removing light, or lightening and darkening certain parts of your images so the whole image is smooth. And as you guys know, what makes a surface uneven is shadows and light. So if you want to make the image even and the image really smooth, you just have to dodge and burn the image, right? And now this just removes all the color. Like the invert check layer just removes all the color, and your subject or whatever you're retouching just looks black and white. And like I said, inverts it so the shadows become bright and the highlight becomes dark. So now when I'm burning, remember, without the invert check layer, I have to burn my highlights, but these are my highlights here that have become black, so I have to burn my highlights. So I just have to pick a brush, make sure that my flow is on, let's say 4, and yeah, my opacity is on, let's say 50. Yeah, and let me check my brush settings. If my brush settings are correct, I'm just going to turn on transfer, pen pressure control, change this to pen pressure 2, and now I can dodge and burn. Another thing I can do in my levels is just brighten certain parts. So once I pull this, you can see to the left the image gets bright. Once I pull it to the right, the image gets dark. We just want somewhere around here is fine. Okay, this is fine because I can see both my highlights and my shadows like very well now. So what I can do now is this subject has uneven skin, so I'm going to come back down to my micro dodge and burn and just start dodging and burning. I forgot to drag my hardness to 0, but now that I remembered, I've put my hardness back to 0. Make sure it's a soft brush, and we're just going to continue burning this image. So I'm going to come back down to my dodge and just cover up these places that are too bright. So what we're really trying to do is just get an image that is even all across her face. So let's see before and after right now. Let's just turn off the invert check layer. Let's see before and after. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see. So that's the before and after. As you guys can see, we're doing a good job. We are blending the skin in very well right now with dodge and burn. So I'm going to turn back my invert check layer on, and now I'm just going to go to my dodge and just dodge some certain places. So anywhere you see that is white, you dodge when the invert check layer is on. Okay guys, let's see where we have gotten to right now. So let's turn off our invert check layer, and let's see our before and our after, before and after. So I'm just going to zoom out so you guys can see we're getting somewhere. So that's our before and our after, before and after. We're getting somewhere good, so we're just going to keep going at this. This takes a lot of time, dodge and burn, so I'm not trying to get everything perfect. I just wanted to get to a place where I can now leave my dodge and burn and go do frequency separation. But the reason why I like doing dodge and burn first is just that it just makes everything look very natural. So now that I'm done with this part of the face, for now I'm just going to come down to this part of the face and work here. So let's see what we're going to now. Just going to zoom out so you guys can see. So this is the before and this is the after. We're making significant progress. We're just going to keep going. Okay, so now I'm just going to zoom out so you guys can see what we've done with the face. So let's see before and after, before and after. So I'm going to turn off my invert check layer and show you guys the before and the after. Let me zoom out so you guys can see. We're making significant progress here. Before, after, before, after. Let's see the image from the beginning. Before, after, before, after. Oh, by the way, I removed the hair before we started retouching. Before, after, before, this after and before and after. Okay, great. So I'm making significant progress, right? Let's say I have dodged a lot of these places and I just don't want to continue on this. All I can do, all I have to do, I mean, is just move to the micro dodge and burn 2. So now I can turn on my invert check layer again, go back to my burn and just fix some places around here. So guys, let's see our before and our after. Before and our after with our check layer, and this is our before and our after without our check layer. Before and after without our check layer. You guys can see that we've made significant progress from where we started from. So this is our before again and our after. Before, sorry, this after. Before and after. Why do I keep making that mistake? Now I'm not going to finish retouching with dodge and burn, and the reason why I'm not going to do that is because she has a lot of texture on her face, and if you're going to go in and dodge and burn one after the other, then you're going to take forever to do that. I've been here for I think how many minutes already, and I haven't still gotten anywhere. Well, I've made significant progress. If we look at the before and the after, I've made significant progress, but we're not going to finish this. We've done a lot with dodge and burn. We're just going to go to her neck and just work on those areas too. So I'll go back to my first micro dodge and burn layer and go to my burn. Remember, with the invert check layer, if the place is dark, you burn it. If you can see shadows, if it's black, you burn it, because when it's not inverted, it's where there are highlights. It's kind of confusing, but you get used to it. Just know that if it's dark and you're doing micro dodge and burn, then you're burning the place. Now, like I said, I'm not spending a lot of time doing this. I would take my time if this was something I was working for a client, or if something I was working for myself. Personally, I'll take my time, but this is for YouTube and I cannot take my time, because if I do take my time, then it's going to take forever. Let me just zoom in a little bit. As you guys can see, I'm not zoomed in all the way all the time. You know, it's just once in a while when I have to like fix some specific places that are like really zoomed in, that I zoom into my image. But even her neck, I'm not going to do too much with dodge and burn, just like the major places, because if I start going in with dodge and burn and fixing the neck, then or the body, then I'm going to be here forever. I don't want to do that. Most of these things are things that frequency separation will remove easily. But this is just to fix the shadows and the highlight and make sure that it looks good. So all these places, all the tiny blemishes that you guys are seeing here, frequency separation will fix that easily. So let's see the before and after. You guys can see we've removed some of the stuff that's there, and we're gonna like finish a lot of the things that we're doing here with frequency separation. So let's just look at the before and after with dodge and burn. As you guys can see, it's not like we've not made significant progress, but at the same time we have made a lot of progress. So let's see our before, even before we removed our blemishes, and let's look at our after now. So you guys can see we've made a lot of progress with the dodge and burn. We've made a lot of progress with dodge and burn. So now you can see my global dodge and burn is kind of turned off, and that's because I'm going to come back to this. So what I'm going to do right now is just create a stamp visible layer. So Command Option Shift and E. And now that I have created a visible or stamp visible layer, what I'm going to do is run my my frequency separation action again. So I'm going to run the basic frequency separation action again, and my radius this time I would make probably 16 is fine this time, and click OK. And after clicking my radius, let me just close my actions panel right here. I'm going to move and get a mixer brush tool. So pick the mixer brush tool, use the settings that are up here because that's what I use all the time, and work on your low frequency layer, frequency separation layer, right? So right now what I'm doing is just brushing gently over my image. Now I am not moving pixels from the highlight to the shadows or from the shadows to the highlights. I'm just brushing gently over my image, and what this is doing is just smoothing out the places that we missed while we were dodging and burning. So instead of going in and spending hours dodging and burning, we fixed most of the transitions between the shadows and the highlights that we do not have to use frequency separation to do, because when you use frequency separation for that, it just does not look natural and it just looks wonky. So right now I'm just going to use the mixer brush tool and basic frequency separation layer to just smoothen this out. Now we're not going to do too much because we're going to run our smoothing action later, so we're just going to do just a little bit. For some reason I think when I was fixing the hair I made a mistake somewhere around here, but that's fine, we can always let that slide for now. And I told you guys before, the chest area and the neck, these places are easily fixed with frequency separation because they are not always in focus when you're photographing your subject, especially when you're focused on or if you're focused on your subject's face. So yeah. Okay, so let's see what our frequency separation has done for us. Look at the before and look at the after. If you guys can see, it has just added like a layer of smoothing to our image. So let's see our before and our after. Our image doesn't look as coarse as it was before, and we can always smoothen even more later. So let's see our before and our after. I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see this before and after. You can see she has retained all or almost all her skin texture. What we're going to do in the next video, this is the end of part 1 because this video is getting really long. What we're going to do in the next video is come back and fix some more blemishes with the high layer. We're going to do global dodge and burn. We're going to sharpen our image. We're going to soften the skin. We're going to add skin textures to some places that do not have that, if there are places on her face that do not have skin texture. And yeah, that's it. Then we're going to color grade this image. So I hope you guys come back, or I'll see you guys, not hope, I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyways, if you have not downloaded the Retouching Essentials pack, you should definitely go do that, and so you can join me while I'm retouching. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace.